how I feel. Y'all, I don't know about you, but today kicked my butt on so many levels. And actually, it wasn't that bad. But you see this little hair that's like sticking out. That's how I feel like today was. It was like, I'm almost put together, but there's that one little hair, you know, that doesn't want to stick inside the bobby pin so I can look decent on camera. Yo, April 7th, the big day, okay? I don't know why I started with yo, but let's get into it. So, April 7th, 2025 is the big day. It is going to be a day of abundance, and it's really going to be the start of a lot of fresh starts for a lot of people and the start of clarity. I think a lot of people in the past couple of weeks have been met with a lot of uncertainty, a lot of like, should I do this? Should I move this way? Should I navigate this way? Because of, you know, Mercury in retrograde. I think Venus was in retrograde, and then I think Mars too. It's like, girls, it's a hot mess. It's really a hot mess. It's been a hot mess the past couple of weeks, inwardly, outwardly, globally. But April, some things will get better. Some things might kind of like still be in that little teeter-totter like season, because it's going to end at some point. We just don't know when. So I wanted to go over some things that are going to really help you with this day, April 7th. This is going to be a really great time to prepare for that April 7th day and onward to be as easy and flowy as possible. And when I say flow, I mean like harmonious, right? Just really allowing yourself to really just like take a deep sigh of relief and really like be in tune with who you are, be in tune with your mission, be in alignment with your mission, with what you really came here to do, came here to say, came here to really be and feel. And really step into the beginnings of this new reality. We're going through a lot of these transformations throughout this whole year because it is a 9-year, of course. You know, we already set the date. I know y'all set the date in your calendar for September 9th, 2025. That's going to be a huge day to release, a huge day to really just really release everything and really feel that release, feel the immediate effects of that. It's going to be a really powerful day. Please mark your calendars for that. You can also join the community, but we will be having an event on that day. Okay. So I say that April 7th is the big day because Mercury is going to come out of retrograde, which is going to be a huge sigh of relief for a lot of us. And then a couple of days later, Venus is going to come out of retrograde, right? So how to receive more money during this time? This is really great because when Mercury comes back into direct or back to normal, basically, we're just saying back to normal, communication is going to be easier. There's not going to be as much conflict. Transportation is going to be easier. Technology is going to be more fluid. So it's a really great time to really focus on those aspects of your life. If you want to post social media content, or if you've been having trouble posting social media content, you're going to just feel the ease of starting to post social media content on this day. If you're a truck driver and you've been having a lot of like just conflicts with it when it comes to truck driving, or it could be random stuff, right? It doesn't have to necessarily be with a person, but whether it's with technology or you took the wrong turn, it's going to come back to normal on and around this day. Okay. But in terms of receiving more money, so because everything's going to be a lot easier, it's really going to invite you to flow with that ease and to embody and embrace that ease. How do we embody and embrace the ease of receiving more money? The first thing is to really get connected with your body. I think a lot of people, myself included, when I first started this journey, I was one of those people who was like, okay, yoga is great, but I wasn't super into it. And it's so funny because I'm meeting people now who, I'll teach or I'll talk to, who, they'll do the yoga class, but they're not super into it. But being connected to your body, that is your first connection to the earth. And the earth is really, it's so abundant, it's everlasting, it's ever creating, ever manifesting. And so if you really want to tap into that energy, you really have to start to get connected to your body. You really have to start to feel your body. Okay? And again, on April 7th, you're going to be really invited to do this with ease, whether it's a new yoga studio opening up down the street or somehow somebody gave you a free voucher to do, or to a gym membership. You're just going to be invited to really get connected to your body. And through that connection with your body, you're going to be able to receive more money with ease, okay? Because when you start to feel your body and you're getting connected to how it feels, you're really allowing yourself to be deep within your feeling. When you're excited, it's not just your brain or your heart that's excited, it's excitement with your whole body, affecting your whole energy field. And this is really what's going to allow you to receive more money, to receive more, and to really receive more in flow, which, like, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to receive more with ease, right? And so it's really inviting you to do this. And the second thing that I would say, if you want to receive more money, is to really let go. Since my journey started with manifestation, I think the biggest lesson that I've learned in manifesting my reality and manifesting it quickly is the art of detachment. The times where I completely detached and I was kind of like manifesting, I was like, oh, this would be nice. Oh, this would be nice. And just kind of letting it go. Those times is when I manifested the fastest, and miraculously too, with no intention, no planning. It just happened. And so this is another opportunity to step into that field of manifesting quickly and manifesting with ease by just simply writing it down and letting it go. Now, the one thing that I will say about this is you need to be able to manifest or receive money in alignment to kind of your soul's purpose. And for a lot of us, we don't really know what the next step is, right? We don't know what the next direction is. We don't know how something's going to happen. And so what I mean by, being in alignment is just going with what is easiest, going with what comes to you, going and flowing with those invitations, keeping in mind the lessons and the evolution that needs to take place. And so what I mean by that is, like, everybody has different lessons that they need to learn. Y'all can go onto like other, astrology websites or astrology channels too, to look at the specific lessons for your sign if you're into that, which hopefully you are at this point, okay? Or else I'll be very surprised if you watch it this far and but just make sure it's in alignment with those lessons, okay? So if one of the things that you're learning this year is to, like, for me, it's a 7-year, we're kind of getting into numerology a little bit, but it's a 7-year for me, so I have to really learn how to keep faith, trust, and just trust. The way that I'm going to be able to receive more is by trusting, is by getting things that come to me, but trusting that that's the path that I need to go on. And it's really crazy too, because I really want to say something, because a lot of people think that, it's all about taking action, and it's all about, oh, well, I'm meant to be a famous actress, so I have to go to acting school, and then I have to pay thousands of dollars for an acting coach, and then I need to go to all of these cold calls or whatever they're called. Jennifer Lawrence, she's a really great example of this. If you look at her story, and maybe for some of y'all who are like a little younger, you're like, oh no, she's always been famous. But like, if you hear her story is really interesting. She never like went to acting school. She never did theater or anything. I think she was like a cheerleader in high school, and she just happened to act in this movie, and she ended up getting like a Grammy for it. And my point being is that there are so many ways to get to your destination. Stop trying to, get on the highway with everybody else. Like, take the back roads, take the scenic route, okay? And trust me, the scenic route is much prettier. Much prettier. There's less traffic, okay? And you even have time to pull over and take some pictures and videos with your friends. Like, it's like such a better way to do it, but you really need to trust that process. And so sometimes when we take the scenic route, we might take a turn, or we might, be presented with an opportunity that seems like not even close to where, what your soul's purpose is. And you really need to trust that what you receive is going to get you closer to that destination. You have to trust it. You just have to trust it. And sometimes it's a roundabout way. Sometimes it's like, oh, you want me to do this? What in the world does this have to do with this? You got to just trust it. You got to trust it. And sometimes you're able to see it in the moment, be like, oh, wait, okay, I can see how this connects. Sometimes you got to wait a couple years, and then, you realize, oh, that's how that connected. But you really have to trust that. Trust what comes to you, okay? Trust what comes to you with ease, obviously like use discernment when it's necessary. Like if something comes to you and you're like, this does not feel right, okay, it's time to go. But if something comes to you and you're like, no, this is in alignment, like I would really love to do this, and I know I would be good at it, and I know that it would bring me abundance, right? Or at least it would bring you abundance in the sense that it'll really align you with the lifestyle you want to live and the person that you aim to be. So it's really, really important to just trust that. Really trust that what is coming to you with ease is for you, and it's going to allow you to receive more. The second thing I wanted to talk about was how to receive more with ease. Well, I jumped the gun a little bit. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. Which leads me to my next point, how to really manifest. How to truly manifest. We talked about, aligning with our bodies. That's going to help us receive more money. We talked about, trusting what comes to you. That's what's going to help you receive more with ease. Now, how to really manifest, you really need to know what it is you want. What is the end goal? And not just what you want, but like, what do you want to experience? A lot of people try to focus their manifestations on like, I want to go here and I want to do this. But like, start to really think about, what do you want to experience? Me having manifested for so many years. I mean, people, honestly, y'all, people say that, but it's like everybody's been manifesting since they were kids. Like, people can be like, oh, I've been manifesting for. It's not. It's something that we just do. It's literally in our nature. Like, and y'all can look at my video about attention and intention, but that's basically manifestation, right? It's literally in how we are designed, okay, as human beings. So when we manifest, we have to manifest with ease. Well, you don't have to manifest with ease, but I would highly suggest it. But when you really want to manifest something, you have to get clear on what it is you want to attract. And for some of us, we have so much garbage and junk and ideas and recommendations and personalities from other people, right? Just programmed into our brains, that we really have to take time to clear out our brains to really know the core and the truth of what we truly want to manifest within our lives, okay? And so what I really want to encourage y'all to do between now and April 7th is really, 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 really reflect. Take 1 hour. If it's only 5 minutes, you can do 5 minutes if you want, but 1 hour, maybe 2 hours to really reflect. Really reflect on the past couple years. You can make a pros and cons list if you need to, but really reflect on what it is you want. What it is you want to experience. Okay? Be specific. If you want to add some time to it, you can also add some time to it. I would like to experience this for the next, so many years. But focus on the experience. That's really going to help you call that stuff in faster, because we are here for the human experience. We're here to experience what it is like to be human. And so when we call on experiences and call on and manifest like certain experiences that we would like to have, we start to invite the things that are going to allow us to have those experiences a lot faster, because we are here to experience. Okay? So really, that's what I mean by really manifest. Really sit down and reflect. I highly suggest to reflect before the new moon. I want you guys to reflect before April 7th so you can really invite that ease in. Okay? So the last step is how to really know what's next. I talked about earlier how, a lot of us, we manifest and then we have opportunities come to us, but then we say no to them, right? Because we don't really see how they're immediately connected to that ending destination. But there's so many ways, y'all. Like, once you really start to see and understand that there's so many ways to manifest your reality, to get to the goal that you want in life, you start to see the web, because really it's just a web, really walking on a little web. And you start to see how other people who could come into your circle could actually connect you to those goals that you want in life, those experiences that you want. And so to know what's next, you really just need two things. The first thing is to get in tune with your feeling. And one way that I'm doing that, actually, I'll make a video about this later, but one way that I'm getting really in tune with my feeling is I actually work with, it's a crystal log. It's literally a log. It's huge. I don't know if it's 10 pounds. They said it was 10 pounds. I was like, I don't know if it's, okay, there you go. I don't know if it's 10 pounds. I'm like, should I bring it down? I think it wants to hide. It's up there somewhere, but I can't reach it. But I have this selenite log and I meditate with it. And because when I meditated, I'm trying to clear my mind, but I also just, at the beginning at least, I receive like a lot of thoughts and stuff like that. Or if I'm meditating with an intention to get clear on something, it really allows me to use my feelings and teaches me how to navigate with my feelings in order to find that right path for me or the right thing to do next. And I really love it. I really love it. It's really I should make a video on crystals. I really love crystals. You don't have to get a selenite log. I think even if you just got a selenite wand, that should be more than enough. But meditate with it is my point. And really tune into the feeling. And it's really interesting because I've been the past couple of years, feelings of energy, I don't know how else to explain it. Feelings of energy would just come up randomly. Or at least I thought it was random, but I think it's really my guidance. And crazy that it took, oh my God, 4 years, literally 4 years of that experience to get to this conclusion. Y'all, I feel so slow right now when it comes to my feelings, but it's okay. Because we here. So, but you want to know what's next. So how to know what's next? You tune into your feeling. You really sit with that energy. If you need crystals, they really help you tune into your feeling a lot more if you have a block in that. But they help you really navigate that. And don't, make sure to, when you do meditate with them, you're tuned into your feeling, okay? And it's really kind of easy. You'll get a flow of just ideas if you do it with intention. Okay, so for example, if you really have trouble knowing what to make content for the day, you can sit there for 5 minutes and just say, hey, what would I feel is the best content for me to make today? And you sit there and you let ideas come to you. And then one idea is just gonna, it's just gonna make you feel different. I don't know. You're just gonna feel a little bit more vibration. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's really beautiful experience. So April 7th, that's the big day. These are the things you can do to manifest more money with ease. Really manifest your experiences that you want, okay? Focusing on the experiences, right? This is focusing on the experiences. That's a huge hack for manifestation, because a lot of people get caught up in the details, get caught up in the how, get caught up in the who, what, when, where, why. There's so many times I've manifested that didn't even manifest, literally, because I wasn't doing it right. But again, caught up in the how. There's so many times where if I just focused on what experience I wanted, then it would have manifested even more magically and even more faster than those times that I manifested. And like I said, even some manifestations, I'll admit, not all the manifestations come true. And that's because some of them that I have tried, they're in alignment. And it's crazy too, because I feel and y'all can relate to this. I feel there's definitely times where I was nope, this is my path for me. This is what I'm doing. And I would get my friend would give me a tarot card reading. And I would be no, this is going to be, I would literally fight it. And then I would still try to manifest it, and then it won't manifest. And that's when you really know, girl, that was not in alignment for you. And you know this, okay? So it's really important to just realign yourself, right? And really know what's next, using your feeling, navigating life through your feeling. People say to follow your heart. And I would say follow the excitement, follow the experiences, and then follow the ease. Especially as women, we are meant to be manifesting through ease and through flow and through receiving, okay? Like always, if y'all want a special gift, just comment below saying that you watched till the end. I got you. Okay. We got a little, I think there's a journal out right now. So I'll give you the link to the free journal that helps you navigate your limiting beliefs. Okay. I love y'all so much, and I will see y'all next week. Peace.